live on YouTube with independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator Teresa Harper. I'm located in Oregon in the United States. Let's see what we can do for light. Oh, that looks a little better actually. Okay, let's just leave that one. Do we really need that? Yeah, I don't know what that one's doing though. Okay, it's working with the lights here for a second to see what we've got going. And then get started. We'll wait a second or two here for people to find us and the notifications of YouTube to go out. And then I'll see if I can find my own video. So that I can see who's here and check out the chat. All right, there we go. Okay, that all looks pretty good. Excuse me. All right. I'm going to give everybody just a minute. Hello, Tracy. Welcome. So glad you could join us. Laura won't be here tonight. She's enjoying her son's pool. So anyway, we're going to talk about the free shipping. Now, free shipping went all day today, and it continues through Saturday, June 13th. Any order of $75 or more, and that is after you take off rewards or coupons, and before tax, $75 in your retail amount will get you free shipping. So that's an 11% savings. So I highly recommend that you take advantage of that. Free shipping doesn't come along with Stampin' Up! Very often, and when it does, it's like a little gift. So there we go. Anything you've had on your list, go ahead, throw that in your cart and get your free shipping. And while you're at it, throw in the Wild Bunch product of the month for June. This, with a $75 purchase, is only $5. And it's 14 photopolymer stamps. We made a card on Tuesday night on my Facebook Live. And this is a look at that card. It's a pop-out diamond fold. You'll find this video posted right here on my YouTube channel. It posted yesterday morning, so go back and take a look at that if you want to. And you'll learn how to make that diamond pop-up fold and use that product of the month. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. It's about 7:02. I think that's time for people to find us. So let's go ahead and get this done. And I was relaxing on the deck, enjoying the weather before it gets too hot. It's perfect out there. This is our color palette for coloring our images tonight. So I've got Golden Glow, Ivory, the medium SU 500. This is from the Tones collection. Then I've got light basic black, crisp cantaloupe, and actually I don't want the dark, I want the light. So let's grab that. And then we've got Smoky Slate. And finally, did you know that Stampin' Up! Has a white gel pen? They do as of May 5th. And this is a pretty nice gel pen. So you might want to pick that up. You get 2 in the pack. So we're going to use that tonight too. Let's get those out of our way. We're also going to be using the Bloom Boutique paper. This is from the May to August catalog for 2026. And this has all of the new in colors, all 5 of them, incorporated in it. We're going to be using this for our card designer series paper, and we're going to be using this pattern right here. I'm using a sketch tonight, so It was from Casing the Catalog, or Casing the guest designer, or whatever, on Casing the Catalog. And I really liked the layout. So we're going to learn that layout and use it tonight to make a pretty quick little card. Okay, so we're going to get started. I've got a, yay, I'm glad you just ordered those white gel pens. I've got a card base, thick basic white, and this is 5.5 by 8.5. It's an A2 size, scored at 4 1/4, which is the middle. And what we're going to do with this piece of DSP, which is 2 1/8 inches by 5.5, we're just going to take this and add this to the front of our card. And this basically just is going to take up half of the front. So we'll have white on one side and the DSP on the other. And we're just going to lay that down just like that. And there is the card base. Now to this, we're going to add some circles. I wanted to show you how to use the Wild Bunch without fussy cutting. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. So I pre-did a few things to save us some coloring. And because I colored these images in the video that's posted from yesterday morning, I went ahead and pre-did the Highland cow. And I showed you in that video from yesterday how to achieve this. But this time I didn't blend, I just left it. Okay. So I colored this Highland cow the exact same way I did yesterday, and also the little koala bear. Okay, so just a recap on these colors, I've got golden glow here, light and dark, then we've got ivory, and then we've got the SU 500 from the medium tones. Okay. And then for the koala bear, I've used smoky slate, light black on his nose here, a little bit of the light crisp cantaloupe, and then I've used the gel pen to give dimension to the eyes and here on the chest and the little tufts of hair in our koala. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and, oh, and by the way, this particular circle is the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. And then we're going to be using the 2-inch circle punch. That's for the koala and the one that I'm going to do right now. So we're going to just punch us out a little 2-inch circle here. And then we're going to do a little bit of stamping for our, let's bring this in. Actually, I'm going to do this stamp on here. I find I get a little bit better impression. And we've got this here. Okay, so let's get our Memento Tuxedo Black. And I'm going to take the penguin. And I'm just going to stamp him in here like this. Okay, so we've got that. And then we're going to take Peaceful Pine. And the Just a Little Note. This is also from that Wild Bunch stamp set. And I'm going to ink that up. Let that sit for just a second and soak into the paper. And then we're going to use the crisp cantaloupe and the little heart that comes in that set. And I'm just going to stamp one of those here. And then I'm going to bring in my card base and figure out about where I'm going to put my other heart. And I don't know why I put that away. Oops, I knocked the camera stand. Sorry about that. And we're going to stamp one more little, let's see, I'm going to put this just about like here. And then I'm going to stamp this right here, right on the card base. And that pretty much is all of our stamping that we need to do that I didn't pre-do. Okay, so this is going to go up here. This is going to go here. But we need to color this. So let's bring in our blends. And we're going to use the light basic black. And I'm just going to give this a quick little color. A little bit on his wings here. And his body right there. And then his other wing right there. Okay, so that's all of the basic black. Then we're going to take the light crisp cantaloupe. And I'm going to color his feet and his little beak right there. I got a little carried away. So how are we going to fix that? We're going to bring in our color lifter. Give that just a little push. That one looks to be a little dry on that. And we'll just push that back into the beak. Okay. So we've got that. Now we're going to take our white gel pen. And I'm just going to give that a tap on my paper to make sure it's working. And then we'll just tap in his little eyes there. And we can also fix this. Just take a little bit of white gel right over that edge there. Give it a little bit of definition there, and there we go. Okay, so there's our little penguin ready to go. Now we just need to cut these, and unfortunately we have to fussy cut. I'm going to cut out this little heart, and I'm going to leave just the tiniest little border. You can leave a bigger one if you want, or you could leave this off if you don't like fussy cutting. This is pretty much the only image that we're going to fussy cut. And we're just going to give that a little trim. We've got that. That's ready to go. Now let's take our sentiment. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to cut just at the top of just a little. And then I'm going to cut right between note and just a little. And I'm going to cut that completely off and separate it. And then we'll just trim this up. Nice straight lines. Super easy fussy cutting. And then we'll give that a little trim. And that a little trim. And there are the pieces that we need for this layout. Okay. So let's go ahead and bring in our card base. We've got all of our pieces here together. So we're going to put this one up here. And this one over here, this one's going to go down flat, so we're just going to take a little Stampin' Seal. And add this one up here, overlapping kind of like this. I want to break the plane of the DSP right here like this. And then I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. So we've got our Stampin' Dimensionals here. And then I'm going to put one in the center there. Of course, you can use any stamp set for this layout. And it'll be pretty quick and easy. So now we're going to take this one, we're going to bring it down here. And then we'll layer that in. Let's get our Highland cow here sort of straight. So we've got that, so it's overlapping just a bit. And then we're going to put this piece down flat. Whoa. And we'll put this down here, kind of like this. I'm not going to press this real hard. I'm just going to kind of drop that, because we're going to come over here and we're going to put our just a little here. And I might need, well, I can't really pop that down. I should have waited to stamp that, I guess. And then we're going to put our note right here. So we're going to go ahead and put this up on dimensionals. Like that. Let's get that off. So we'll put this over here like this. Just a little note. This is also going up on dimensionals. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to take the edges of my mini Stampin' Dimensionals and I'm going to cut myself a little strip here. That's going to fit just about the right length. Cut that. Tear off one of those sticky parts. And then we'll put that down like that. Pull off the backing, which is going to be stubborn. There we go. Stick this up here like so. So we've got just a little note. And then we're going to, you know what, I'm going to pop this up too on a little mini. Whoop, okay, maybe on half a mini. Let's do that. And do that. Those are just little pieces I've cut from those mini dimensionals. I love the edges of the mini for this. And then we'll take this, put it over here like this. And what we have left then is a little bit of embellishments. Pretty quick card. So I'm using the pearlized faceted circles. These come in Calypso Coral, Petal Pink, and White. And I'm going to use these ones that, well, those ones, I don't know. Let's go with these because I know which ones are white on here. I guess I do have a white one left there. So let's grab white here. I'll put a little one here. And a larger one here. And then we'll grab another little white one and put it like there. Okay. Happy with that? There is the front of our card. Pretty quick and easy. Once you get the coloring done, it's pretty easy. And like I said, go back and watch how I did that. I stamped this and then I masked it and then I stamped and stamped. So that's how I did that, but you can watch that in the video from yesterday. I didn't want to take up too much of your time. Let's grab the inside piece here. So what I did for that is I've got 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. I've got a 1/2 inch by 4 7/8 inch strip of that matching paper. Ran it along the same side. And we're just going to put this in here. I didn't do anything too fancy because it's supposed to be a note card. And of course, you're going to want to write your little note. So there we go. For the envelope, I've also done that gingham stamp. This is also from that same Wild Bunch. And then I put 3 of the little hearts. And there is our project for this evening. Okay. Oh, I think you'll have a lot of fun with this stamp set, Tracy. And this layout is so easy. Just imagine whatever. Imagine the heart. What is it? Hearts of Flutter. All of Flutter, with the butterflies on there and some different paper, maybe. And then you would have a really cute card with that. Okay. All right. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. You can purchase all of these items that I've used today in my online store. And when this gets posted, there will be a link in the description below. So be able to check that out. You can click on the More button and there will be a link for my shopping cart there. Don't forget, free shipping runs through Saturday, June 13th at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time is when that stops. So 10:58 is 10:59 here in the Pacific Northwest. Thanks, everybody. Good night.